Listen, I sit in the locker room, I'm in locker rooms and shit now, but it's a lot of women out here that's now kind of flipped the script.
They go for it.
And some homies out here that's trying to be good too and just, trying to figure it out. And now they looking in the mirror saying, damn, what did I do wrong?
Curry got in that locker room with that nigga. He said, man, bro, how you in Savannah, bro? Oh, good? All right. Bro, I said, yo, how you in Ayesha? He said, man, that bitch keep playing with me. She keep playing with my fucking top, bro. I just can't get enough of it. We already got our kids together and shit. I don't know if she really respect me, gang. If she really fuck with me like that. Bro, I said, Steph, congratulations. You played yourself. You couldn't see that shit, bro, when you was coming up in the league, nigga. When you was in high school and shit, getting all your accolades and, like, you know what I'm saying? You could see the spark in her eye. You couldn't see none of that shit, bro. Joke's on you, my nigga. But no, yeah, fuck these bitches for real. LeBron James goes off on toxic women and Ayesha Curry for disrespecting Steph Curry? Man, I did not think we seen this day where LeBron was publicly defending Steph against his own woman on national TV. Mind you, this nigga Brian, he cursing up a storm on this shit. He just being a real nigga all around. So let's see what he talking about, man. He defending the GOAT, man. I fuck with you, Brian. I can't even cap.
Listen, I sit in the locker room, I'm in locker rooms and shit now, but it's a lot of women out here that's now kind of flipped the script.
They go for it.
And some homies out here.
Is my shit in 2x speed or that's the vid? Okay, no, that's the vid.
Too, and just trying to figure it out. And now they looking in the mirror saying, damn, what did I do wrong? Homies, it ain't you. Because it's some cutthroat, ruthless ass out here right now too.
Yeah, see, like, I don't even expect Brown to be saying shit like that, bro. But okay, my boy kept it a buck.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video.
Okay.
So most recently, NBA star, which I think even that title kind of would not do it justice, but LeBron James actually ended up making an appearance on his wife's podcast. And during the conversation, they talked about various different things. Her conversations are very much like based off of the flow that they get in from callers. And there was a lot of things that he touched on, but one moment in particular in which he basically had called a lot of these women out here in these streets out, okay? And it was under my own assumption and impression that maybe there was a little bit of conversation in regards to what's going on right now with the Steph and Ayesha conversation. We're going to go ahead and break it down. So I'm going to go ahead and insert clips and then give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinions on this entire conversation as we go through this together.
Let's do it.
What's your name? Where are you from? And what's your crazy?
And my name is Jess Douglas, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. And my crazy is anything.
You in a relationship?
Well, I dumped him.
You dump? Why y'all broke up?
I don't know. It wasn't going anywhere. It was like 30 years of like
30 years.
So
Jesus.
as we can see, on
Y'all niggas wasn't married after 30 years? Or like we broke up? You ain't get divorced? Man, y'all niggas was playing around, bruh. Maybe just cause that nigga ain't commit to you, I guess. But you waited 30 long years for that shit. At that point, just stay together. Motherfucker.
the panel, it was Kai Cenat as well as Phantom and Taco there, and they were having like a guys edition of the podcast. And so they had the caller in, and the caller came in and basically said, you know, what's your crazy? She said anything, and then talked about how she dumped a guy after being in a relationship with him for 30 years.
Yeah.
So this then spawned a conversation during the podcast in which you know, the one of the hosts actually asked a question to Kai Cenat, and that question was, you know, do you know that the person or a girl that you're dating is the right one right away?
Boy question, guy question. How quickly do you know when it ain't going nowhere?
Like 30 days? First day.
First day,
Yeah.
nigga, dead ass first day, bro. You just see that John personality. You might look past it because you want crack. Like I be doing, I ain't going cat. My nigga, if the shit fat, bro, if the ass fat enough, my nigga, bro, I'm blind as shit. I'm looking like Helen Keller. And that shout out Helen Keller and shit, you feel me? Rest in peace. But bro, you could just see everything about the John, how much she fuck with you, her personality, her respect level, you know what I'm saying, her morals, if she stink. You feel me? You could see all this within the first 5 minutes of talking to the John, bro. No cap. The proof is just in the pudding always, bro. You know what I'm saying? At least I'll say you'll know if she's not the one for you. You might not know if she is the one for you, but you'll definitely know she's not. That is very clear in the first 10 seconds of talking.
Birthday meetup. Like first date, you'll know.
First date.
First date.
First dates.
That's
I
true.
will
That's
say-
true.
So this then sparked the conversation of, that a lot of men know, and we've heard this a numerous amount of times, that men know from their first, one-on-one interaction with you if you are somebody that they can put into what category, right? If you are in the category of sleep with, if you are in the category of sneaking link, if you are in the category of wife, girlfriend, potential, like friend zone, they know based off of their observations, in a first date kind of setting, whatever, situation that might be.
Yep.
If you are a potential suitor, wife, mother of their kids from that first meeting.
But you feel like you can know you're going to be with somebody on the first date.
100%.
Forever?
No. Yeah, man.
You know
gonna be forever.
on the first date forever. You know you can go second date. You don't know forever. Yeah.
So again, naturally, they all gave their.
Man, it's just kind of funny seeing LeBron in this setting, bro. This nigga really just talking with the boys right now, bro. Shout out, Brian, man.
You don't know forever. Yeah.
So again, naturally, they all gave their responses as to, LeBron James and Kai Cenat being the two people who are actively in, long-term relationships. All we know that LeBron is married and Kai Cenat is in a long-term relationship with his now girlfriend. And so, they were saying, it's just an innate thing that men are aware of. This then, sparked conversation with the host to ask, okay, well, how do people know when relationships should be over?
How do you know when it's over?
When it's completely over?
The reason why I thought this was very interesting and I wanted to put a little tidbit right here is because as a mature married man, the response that LeBron James had to that question is very telling. Because he said when it's really over, as in, alluding to the fact that relationships go through ebbs and flows. There's going to be, parts in the relationship where you feel like you might have had enough or it might have been too much or whatever the case is. And so, he's differentiating between the terminology of somebody who is dating and not used to being in such a long-term commitment like a marriage, and also setting the tone of, the difference that you're going to go through things in marriages and you might feel like it's overwhelming or too much, or you might want it to be over, but knowing that that's not truly the end of the partnership.
I feel.
And don't
It gotta be, bro, when somebody cheat. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody just try to break it off. It's one of them two. That's how you really know that it's over. It's like, oh yeah, there's no coming back from this. You're done. Yeah, you're finished. But anything else in between, you know what I'm saying? Like she said, it could be a very rough patch. Maybe for years. Years is kind of crazy, I ain't gonna lie. If y'all not seeing eye to eye for years, bro, years straight, and you still with her, my nigga, that's crazy. But it just goes to show how much you love her. You feel me? Because if you really love somebody, you gonna stick it through thin. You gonna stick through it for thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would say if you get cheated on or if they leave you, that's how you know it's really over.
y'all think it's odd how you could be really into somebody and then off them the next day?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
See, that is the scary part about love.
But off them like forever, or you just saying off them for that
Because
day?
you're going to have your ups and downs.
Forever.
If you're in a relationship,
Again, this is something that people who are going to be married have to understand, because there has been this facade of this picture perfect imagery of marriage. And that is one of the grandest demises of marriages of all time, is the anticipation of what people believe it's supposed to look like, what it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to entail. And, you know, you have two people who are coming together, forming a union. You have your own background. They have their own background, certain, you know, things that you've learned and picked up and observed from other people around you and them. And so there's going to be times that you are going to bump heads, and you might have, you know, fluctuating feelings. Feelings are fleeting. But you have to make sure that you are aligned in purpose with somebody who understands that you guys are in this for the commitment and for the long haul of the relationship.
Like a lot of people, though, get off people quickly. Like, they be so into you, and then they be like, okay, I'm done.
Well, they went into you.
Yeah.
And you can't look at it. You can't think like when you look in the mirror like, damn, what did I do?
Oh, I
It's them. No, I'm just saying anybody in general. Like, it's gonna be like, what did I do? Like, if they get off you that fast, then it was never meant to be in the first place. So
I love that she, you know, brought this question. I mean, this you know, perspective to the conversation, because she's saying, like, you know, there's some people who they see who are, you know, into somebody at one moment, and then, you know, they're quickly, you know, uninterested. And he's like, well, obviously they weren't really that into you. And also, just to piggyback off of those two things, there's also people who are addicted to the representative. They're addicted to the fun, the butterflies, the thrill, the excitement of
The
somebody
new
new
part.
and not knowing.
Yeah, the new part of the relationship, but once that wears off, bro, yeah, y'all wearing off together. Y'all done for. That's definitely a thing, bro. But I was gonna say something else. Yeah, I feel like the reason that a man might get over a woman quickly, commonly after he cracked that shit. He just wanted you for your body. He don't really care about who you is. And then with a girl, I guess maybe once you become boring to her, she thought you was fun, maybe just because of how you looked, how you talked to her that first day. But when she find out, yo, this nigga lame as shit, now she cool off you. It goes both ways. It definitely does.
And then once it starts to plateau into a comfortable, peaceful space, they go back and they're chasing that beginning flare with somebody new, somebody fresh. Like you do have people who have those situations. And just as LeBron said, obviously, number one, they weren't that into you. And number two, that's a them thing. You can't always internalize it to yourself. Now, if you are a person who is having that same position happen to you time and time again, I would say that would be a space that you need to self-reflect. Because although it could be a them problem, it could also be a you problem. What energy are you giving to them that a lot of people are treating you in that same exact fashion? Maybe it's something that you're doing.
You can get off somebody for the day. You get off somebody for a couple of weeks. That's what relationships is all about. You know, y'all go through ups and downs, but like getting off you so in deep with somebody, and then you like the next day you wake up, you're like, oh, this shit's trash. That's crazy.
Again, he's talking about the reality from somebody who's married, right, for a very long period of time, somebody who has multiple children with his wife and all these things, and even in the space that he's in, he's bringing so much clarity not only to the young man on the panel, but also to whoever is watching of like, this is the truth of what it really entails.
Yeah. That is a great point, bro. They've been together since at least 2003 when LeBron got drafted. It's been 22 years and they're still together. That novelty, that new shit, because when I get a girl number for the first time, I'm like, oh, hot diggity dog. You feel me? I be excited as shit, happy as hell to see where this shit about to go. Granted, I never get that far. Not yet, at least, you know what I'm saying? We still working on it. But bro, imagine being with the same person for 20 plus years, bro. How does that shit stay exciting? Because the novelty of it all, the newness, it wore off within maybe the year. 1 year at the longest. But they had 19 more years to go after that. How do you keep the relationship alive? How do you keep the spark alive? How do you really do that shit, bro? Obviously, it is ups, there's downs. Whole lot of downs, probably, my nigga. But I guess maybe just as many ups. You got to keep doing new shit. Keep taking your girl out. You know what I'm saying? Take her out to Benihana. You ain't get her a Birkin bag. I don't fucking know. Brian got the money for that shit. He could tell us. But yeah, bro, it's crazy, man. I just really wonder if I could get to that point with somebody.
This is a natural flow of marriage. Don't start panicking or think like this is normal.
Ladies, listen to the king. Did you hear he say, look in the mirror? And say what, King? Tell the ladies, because they need to hear.
You gotta look in the mirror and say it's not me.
Yeah.
It's
the
not
ladies
me.
need to hear that.
Now, this is so interesting because, he was making a generalized statement, right? And there's men talking and there's women talking. He made a generalized statement. And, she was saying something as a woman to him, and he was responding back to what she said about somebody being on you and off the next. She was talking about herself, really. And so she then internalized his answer and say, that's obviously not you. That's a them problem. And now she generalized the conversation to women. And so she's like, okay, ladies, y'all heard what he said. It's not you. It's these men out here. And, when he decided to answer that, I think she was a little taken aback because she was used to the conversation of maybe the pandering to women or the fluffing women up and, not, holding women to any kind of standard or any regard or holding women accountable, and so she was kind of like going in that direction, and he definitely quickly shift gears.
By the way, the men too.
Yeah.
The men too, because it's some cutthroat, ruthless ass out here right now.
Yeah, Brian.
She said, hold on a second. Where?
Shout out Brian, bro, because he ain't even have to say that. He could have just kept it cool. I got my wife nigga already. I'm making good with this host right here. We on good friendly terms. I'm with my niggas Kai Sinat, Phantom, and Taco and shit. Fuck it, bro. I'm cool, nigga. I'm a billionaire. What do I have to say? But he went out of his way to put on for the niggas, man. He says some ruthless cutthroat ass bitches out here. And he don't even talk like that as far as we know, bro. But shit, my nigga just had to speak the truth. Shout out Brian.
Get me some pearls so I can clutch them. Okay? She so quickly clutched her pearls, not only because of him also targeting the conversation to men having to look them in themselves in the mirror and say that it's not them, but also for the terminology that he used in describing a lot of these women out here.
Listen, I sit in the locker room. I'm in locker rooms and shit now. But, it's a lot of women out here that's now kind of flipped the script.
They go for everything.
And some homies out here that's trying to be good too and just, trying to figure it out. And now they looking in the mirror saying, damn, what did I do wrong? Homies, it ain't you.
I'm not going to lie. He said he's been in locker rooms and then there's some really good men out here. And all of a sudden these women are flipping the script. And you have these really good men who are looking around saying, well, what did I do wrong? You can't tell me. Okay, it would have to be LeBron to tell me like, hey, I really was not talking about him. But it would have to be LeBron alone to look me in my face and tell me he is not talking about Steph and Ayesha Curry. Sorry. Sorry. I could be being a little bit presumptuous. I could be making, my own educated guess. He did not clarify and call names, but based off of the climate of conversations that is going on right now, currently today. I don't know when they filmed that, but even still, this rings the same tune of the Ayesha and the Steph Curry, where it seems like this man is a good guy, stable man, faithful man, family man. And
Curry got in that locker room with that nigga. He said, man, bro, how you in Savannah, bro? Y'all good? All right. Bro, I said, yo, how you in Ayesha? He said, man, that bitch keep playing with me. She keep playing with my fucking top, bro. I just can't get enough of it. We already got our kids together and shit. I don't know if she really respect me, gang. If she really fuck with me like that. Bro, I said, Steph, congratulations. You played yourself. You couldn't see that shit, bro, when you was coming up in the league, nigga. When you was in high school and shit, getting all your accolades and like, you know what I'm saying? You could see the spark in her eye. You couldn't see none of that shit, bro. Joke's on you, my nigga. But no, yeah, fuck these bitches for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Brian still came to the nigga aid at the end of the day, but he definitely told that nigga he was tripping at the same time, bro. Because Curry, how did you not see this signs, my nigga? He probably just wanted that shit to work out so bad, and Ayesha family probably in her ear talking about, oh yeah, you gotta be with him. You see this, and this nigga gonna be a star, baby girl. You gotta get in on that. Get the family good. And that's what she did. But you didn't really see that she ain't really fuck with you like that, my dog. That's tough. That's tough.
Still not enough.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl, and that's it.
So you end up meeting your now wife when you guys were 14, 15 years old in a church group. You end up starting to date when you're in college.
It's crazy, my nigga.
Married so young.
Why waste time if you found the right one, right?
After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. Man, I didn't even have time.
That clip hits different, my nigga.
Why waste time if you found the right one, right?
Did you find the right one? Clearly not, my nigga. Clearly not. You've known her since you all were 14 and 15 years old. You got married about 9 years later. And in that 9-year time frame, Curry, you didn't see all these red flags. You know what I'm saying? But maybe Steph, he just ain't have enough time in the game for real to see that shit. He just wanted that shit to work so bad, so he turned his eye to all the red flags and just was like, my nigga, she bad. She fuck with me. She been here with me since the jump. I'ma marry this girl. And that's what he did. And now we seeing what happened as a result.
We got married. We found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right.
I also have to say that I think that in a lot of these conversations about Ayesha and Steph Curry, a lot of people believe that, you know, it's only because of Ayesha Curry and people are hating on her, or people just don't want to see her doing good, or because she's just a woman who's telling the truth. And that's not really what it is. I think the point of the matter is that, you know, men alone are witnessing situations that they can relate to. Doesn't matter how large or how different the scale is. They can relate to being in relationships with women and doing as much as you can and her being okay with it. And then all of a sudden she wakes up, she's not okay with it and still complaining over what exactly? Like, a lot of men can relate to that in dealings with women. So it's like, what do you want for real?
I now too have the same questions the late great DMX once had about these. What do they really want from
all of the things that Ayesha Curry, you know, kind of was complaining about in the podcast? She is actually leveraged in a position to be able to do all that she wants to do and then some.
Yep.
And more than that. She has nannies available. She has resources available. She has, I think, like, some Michelin star restaurants. She has cookbooks. She has the ability to do way more than what she's doing. The only thing that it could be is that her name is not as big as his. That's the only thing it could be.
Man, oh man.
I don't see how it could be anything other than that.
I feel like people do need to hear that, because I feel like a lot of times the fear of being alone or growing feels so foreign, especially for men of color, that they just shy away from it and do what's easy. But what's easy typically is toxic.
So I definitely agree with what she's saying, right? I definitely understand the angle in which she's coming from. But I think there's a caveat to that conversation where, men don't just stay because it's easy. Men often don't get support if they decide to leave. Okay, a woman can be the problem in the relationship and she leaves a relationship and people will blame the man. A woman can be a victim in the relationship and they're still going to blame the man. So women have a lot of support, resources, people who are going to take her side. If she decides to initiate the divorce and leave the relationship, if she cheats, whatever it is, women get a lot of that support. Men don't have that same situation. Men are more community based. Right? And so everybody's going to kind of like, man, you took this responsibility, man. You're not supposed to leave your responsibilities out there.
It's
like,
on you,
men
nigga.
are held to a different standard. And it does lead them in that toxic, kind of cycle, sometimes way longer than they should necessarily be there. So I understand what she's saying, but also it's not just a space that men are in, sometimes because they necessarily want to be in there. It's that they don't have an out, that they've seen that men have created that out and been successful at that. It's normally always gone left. It's a rare cause where men can leave situations and,
I mean, that's the thing, my boy. You could make the argument, oh yeah, it was that girl's fault that things happened the way they did. But as the man, bro, my nigga, you married that girl. You feel me? You didn't see these red flags, bro, in the start before you decided to put a ring on it and put all them babies in her. My nigga. At the end of the day, everything in your life, bro, if you look like at the microscopic level, you put that shit under a stethoscope or whatever that shit's called, bro, you will see that it was your fault, my nigga. Literally, you'll see that it was your fault. And even if it wasn't, bro, take the chance to grow and ensure that this shit never happens to you again. But most of the time, bro, you manifested the situation that you currently in, my nigga. You just don't see it yet. It's easy to point the finger and not look within because we don't want to be accountable. We don't want to blame ourselves for that shit. We want an easy out. We want someone else to get mad at. Why would you get mad at yourself? I don't feel good, bro. Niggas don't want to do that shit. So, yeah, pointing the finger is way easier. But sometimes we just got to admit where we fucked up. Even if it don't feel like we fucked up, we fucked up.
Have the strength alone to move through or push through without everybody else's support. And that's a very factual and actual truth.
I know I don't want to be alone. That's for damn sure. If I got to fight, crawl, scratch, fight, whatever to keep mine, I got to keep it. I got to do what I got to do. I don't want to be alone. I'm an only child, single parent household. I knew for sure.
I love what LeBron said here, and you know why? Because this is something I tell women all the time. Is that when you are in the vetting process, you need to get with somebody who wants what you want. And not trying to force people to want what you want, but by their actions, by the things that they're telling you, by the conversation that they're having, you need to align yourself. A lot of times people on a whole get into relationships and try to morph people into being something that they genuinely do not want to be. Right. That's why I think it's so important to be observant, to take note of what they're saying, to, get to know them for real. And if you know that person and if you love that person for who they are and you want to be in that, have that person be in your life for the long haul, great. But don't try to get into their situation with somebody and their core values don't align with yours and try to make them be somebody else. But again, I love that he not only called out that situation, I love that he also, called out women. Okay, again, we're gonna have to replay what it is that he said.
Because it's some cutthroat, ruthless ass out here right now too.
And again, I love that he said that. I love that he said that because a lot of times there's so many conversations from men who are married that are, leading to the lines of women of, oh, they're so this and they're so perfect and women can do no wrong and we should be bowed down and kissing their feet. I love that he did not lead into that or placate into that kind of conversation, because people always talk about, the beauty of their marriage. And seeing the way that, Savannah moves with such grace and poise, and, she knows her space and she owns her space. you know, and people look at her and admire her in a certain way, look at the way that her husband thinks. And so then hearing that, a lot of the conversations that you hear out here from these men who are red-pilled or, you know, holding women accountable or whatever, all of a sudden these conversations don't seem so crazy. Because here he is, this man that you look at their marriage in a certain way and you look at her a certain way, and you see that he has an understanding of self-respect for himself. Men deserve respect and women deserve respect. It's not women deserve respect and then, you know, happy wife, happy life. It's not that same conversation. I love that he said that. I really, really love that he said that. I really do. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this entire conversation.
I would love to hear y'all niggas' thoughts too, man. No bullshit. Y'all think Ayesha Curry fucked up? Y'all think Brown the real nigga for putting on for the men, bro? Or do you think that nigga Curry did that shit to himself? You feel me? So a whole lot of questions that could be answered. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Hopefully y'all liked the video. If you did, make sure to like it, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching. And yeah, bro. This is a great video. I certainly did enjoy it. It's really great, man, seeing LeBron get on shit like podcasts and shit like this, but where he not just, you know what I'm saying, playing in the game. It really humanizes him. We really get to hear his voice, stuff like that. We got Kai in the room, Phantom in the room, LeBron, his wife in the room, Taco in the room, the other John in the room, you know what I'm saying? Shout out all them niggas, man. I don't like how she really tried, like, really flip the script, though. I'm glad this woman called that shit out. Shout out to her, bro. But yeah, that was kind of flawed. But Brown said, hold on now, nigga. Let's not get this shit fucked up. Ayesha doing that nigga dirt. I like that he said that, man. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. I love y'all. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Love y'all. Peace.